Long before a woman physically leaves, she often begins disappearing in ways that are almost invisible to the man who still believes everything is normal. She can sit across from you at dinner, answer your messages, sleep beside you, and speak to you with the same voice you've heard for years, while emotionally, mentally, and psychologically, she has already started packing her bags. This is what catches most men off guard. They think betrayal begins with a shocking confession, a suspicious text message, or the moment they uncover undeniable evidence. But the truth is far more unsettling. Infidelity is rarely a sudden event. It is usually a quiet process, a slow and deliberate withdrawal of emotional investment. It begins in the mind long before it appears in reality. It starts with subtle shifts that are easy to dismiss. A little less warmth, a little less enthusiasm, a little less effort, a little more secrecy, a little more emotional distance. On the surface, the relationship still appears intact. The conversations continue. The routines remain. The shared responsibilities are still being handled. To the untrained eye, nothing seems broken. But beneath that familiar structure, the foundation is already being hollowed out. Resentment begins to accumulate. Attraction starts to detach from its original source. Loyalty becomes conditional rather than instinctive. And while you are focused on maintaining what you believe is a stable relationship, she may already be redirecting her emotional energy toward a different future that does not include you. This is why intuition becomes so powerful during this stage. You sense a chill in the atmosphere that you cannot fully explain. You notice a distance in her eyes that was never there before. Her laughter feels less genuine. Her presence feels more mechanical. She may accuse you of overthinking, insecurity, or paranoia when you question the shift, but your instincts are responding to real psychological changes. Your mind is detecting inconsistencies before your logic can organize them into clear conclusions. What feels like confusion is often your awareness recognizing that something fundamental has changed. In this analysis, we are going to dissect the anatomy of emotional departure. We will break down the precise sequence through which a woman gradually disconnects from one relationship while becoming increasingly receptive to another. You will see how loyalty is not usually abandoned in a single dramatic decision, but dissolved through a series of small internal adjustments that slowly redefine where her attention, admiration, and emotional energy are invested. You will understand why the relationship can appear outwardly functional even as the internal bond deteriorates, why your concerns were likely more accurate than you were led to believe, and why by the time many men discover the truth, the transition has already advanced much further than they imagined. If you have felt an unfamiliar coldness in the room, if her affection has become inconsistent, if her eyes seem present but emotionally elsewhere, there is a strong possibility that this process is already underway. And if you fail to understand the stages of the psychological handover, you may one day find yourself standing outside a life you worked to build, wondering how you were replaced while you were still convinced everything was holding together. The first step in the anatomy of the departure is what we call the emotional embezzlement. Every relationship has a shared account of energy, attention, and vulnerability. In this stage, she stops depositing her daily life into your account. She starts saving her best jokes, her deepest fears, and her true excitement for someone else. It could be a work friend, a random DM, or an ex she's reconnected with. You notice that the conversations at home have become transactional. You talk about the kids, the bills, and the schedule, but you no longer talk about the soul. She is embezzling the intimacy that belongs to the union and investing it in a shadow entity. To the outside world, she is still your partner, but internally, she has already opened a new branch. This leads directly into the devaluation phase. To justify her interest in another man, her brain has to villainize you. She starts searching for flaws that she used to accept or even love. Suddenly, the way you chew, the way you dress, or the way you work is aggravating to her. She is building a case for her future treachery. She needs you to be the bad guy so that she can remain the heroine of her own story. If she betrays a great man, she is a villain. But if she betrays a distant, controlling, or boring man, she is finding herself. This psychological pivot, is necessary for her to maintain her self-image while she dismantles your peace. Think about the slow-motion erasure of Caleb. Caleb was a provider in every sense of the word. He worked 12-hour shifts to ensure his wife, Jenna, had the dream life she always wanted. He thought his labor was his love language. But while Caleb was building the kingdom, Jenna was feeling lonely in the castle. She began a friendship with a barista at her local coffee shop, a man who had infinite time because he had zero responsibility. Caleb is the loser in our story because he ignored the law of the shift. He noticed Jenna was staying up late on her phone, giggling at memes she wouldn't show him. When he asked her about it, he accepted the first lie. She told him he was being insecure and controlling. Caleb, wanting to be the good man, backed off. He apologized for noticing the truth. He tried to work harder to win her back, not realizing that you cannot win back someone who is actively training to replace you. Jenna began comparing Caleb's stress and exhaustion to the barista's playfulness. She started starting arguments over small things just so she had a reason to leave the house and seek comfort elsewhere. Caleb stayed in the denial loop, thinking that if he just stayed consistent, she would come around. He was negotiating with a ghost. By the time Caleb found the messages that proved the betrayal, he had already spent his dignity trying to save a woman who had spent her loyalty months ago. Caleb lost because he valued her comfort more than his own instinct. He proved that a man who closes his eyes to the smoke will eventually choke on the fire. The third stage is the privacy pivot. Suddenly, her phone, which used to sit on the counter, is now face down or in her pocket at all times. She changes her password and tells you it's because of a work update or security concerns. This is the physical manifestation of the secret. In a sovereign union, there is privacy, but there is no secrecy. When she begins guarding the device, she is guarding the portal to her new reality. The sovereign man knows that defensiveness is the armor of the guilty. If the transparency vanishes, the trust should follow it out the door. This flows into the conflict creation stage. She needs an alibi for her emotional distance. So, she starts picking fights that have no resolution. These aren't arguments about problems. They are arguments about existence. She wants to create a toxic environment so that when she finally crosses the line, she can tell her friends and herself, "I had to do it. The house was so miserable." She is manufacturing the justification in real time. She is setting the fire so she can run into the arms of the first person with a blanket. Furthermore, the sovereign man understands the testing of the perimeter. Before she physically cheats, she will test your reactions. She will mention a new guy at work just to see if you flinch. She will stay out 30 minutes later than usual to see if you enforce the standard. If you are passive, if you accept the excuses without consequence, you are telling her that the path is clear. You are green-lighting your own betrayal by refusing to guard the border. Compassion without boundaries is just permission. The fifth stage is the selective amnesia. She begins to forget the good times you shared. When you try to reminisce, she is cold or dismissive. She is rewriting the history of the relationship to make it darker than it actually was. This memory scrubbing is a defense mechanism. To love the new guy, she has to hate the old life. She is liquidating the assets of your shared past to finance her new fantasy. The reality is that a woman who is looking for an exit will always find a reason to run. If she has disconnected the heart, the body is just a matter of time. You are the authority. You are the value. If you feel the cold draft of devaluation, stop checking the thermostat and start checking the exit. You cannot warm up a woman who is freezing you out on purpose. You have to realize that the step-by-step process is biological. She is seeking a new source of security because she has stopped respecting the current one. Respect is the root. If the root is rotten, the fruit of loyalty will fall. Behavioral observations suggest that 90% of the time, the gut feeling a man has in the first month of the shift is 100% accurate. You aren't paranoid, you are perceptive. Stop apologizing for seeing the world as it is. Most people react. Few people understand. If you're here to think deeper, not louder, you belong here. Subscribe and stay with the ones who choose clarity over noise. Leave a comment if you're part of the conversation. No ego, just awareness. The sixth stage in the step-by-step of betrayal is the reality handover. This is the moment she stops hiding the connection and starts normalizing it. She begins to mention the new man in casual conversation, as if he is just a friend or a colleague. This is a psychological probe. She is conditioning you to accept his presence in her life so that when the physical betrayal occurs, she can say, "I told you we were close." She is testing the depth of your submission. The sovereign man understands that access is the currency of intimacy. If she is granting access to her time and mind to another man, the physical handover is already authorized. This leads to the physical manifestation. By the time she crosses the line physically, she has already crossed it 1,000 times in her mind. She has practiced the betrayal in her imagination until the guilt has been bleached away. The first time with the other man isn't a mistake. It's the closing ceremony of the case she built against you. She isn't confused. She is executing a plan. Let's look at the sovereign reconstruction of Zayn. Zayn was a man who understood that a house divided against itself cannot stand. When his wife, Elena, began the devaluation phase, complaining about his long hours, while she was secretly spending those hours texting an ex, Zayn didn't beg for attention. He didn't try to be more romantic to compete with a ghost. He knew that you cannot buy loyalty that has already been sold. Zayn is the winner in our story because he practiced the law of radical withdrawal. The moment he verified the shift through his intuition and pattern recognition, he closed the emotional vault. He didn't scream. He didn't interrogate. He simply stopped providing the emotional subsidy she was using to fuel her new connection. He moved his focus to a real estate development project in another state, regimented his nutrition, and deleted her access to his vulnerability. Zayn won because he realized that a woman who is looking for a new source must lose the current one immediately. He didn't wait for the truth. He defined the reality. He handed her the legal paperwork before she even had the chance to file her excuses. When she panicked and tried to rewind the script, Zayn was immune. He didn't hate her. He had simply deplatformed her. He proved that a man's exit is his strongest argument. Within a year, Zayn had doubled his net worth and tripled his peace of mind. He showed us that healing is just reinvesting the capital she was embezzling. The ninth major realization is the fantasy versus the utility. She wants the excitement of the new guy while keeping the utility of you. She wants the stability, the house, and the status you provide, while she subsidizes her boredom with someone else. This is the dual strategy. The sovereign man refuses to be a utility for a woman who treats him as an option. He knows that if he isn't the only priority, he is the main victim. We must also address the post-betrayal narrative. Once she is caught, she will try to edit the timeline. She will say it just happened or it was only one time. This is damage control. She is trying to minimize the sentence for a crime she's been planning for months. The sovereign man knows that the moment you caught her was just the moment she failed to hide it. The betrayal is the iceberg, and the confession is just the tip. Furthermore, behavioral observations suggest that the new guy is almost always a downgrade in character, but an upgrade in attention. She isn't looking for a better man. She is looking for a mirror that reflects the false version of herself she wants to believe in. She wants someone who doesn't know her flaws, someone she can perform for. The sovereign man doesn't compete with a downgrade. He allows the exchange and exits the market. The final psychological shift is moving from, "How could she do this?" to, "What am I going to build now?" This is the aha moment. You stop being the detective and start being the architect. You realize that her step-by-step departure was actually the step-by-step delivery of your freedom. You aren't broken. You are unburdened. The reality is that a woman who starts cheating has already finished loving you. Stop trying to revive the dead. Bury the past, salt the earth, and build a new kingdom where loyalty is the foundation, not the decoration. I have a smart, reflective question for the men who have the sovereign fortitude to see the move and make the counter. If you were running a company and you found out your head of security was handing the keys to the competition one by one, would you give her a raise to make her stay? Or would you fire her, change the locks, and secure the vault before the entire empire was liquidated? Drop a comment below and share your sovereign insight. What was the first microshift you noticed in her energy before the betrayal was revealed? How did you reclaim your power once you stopped believing the lie? Let the Brotherhood know how you identified the termites before the roof collapsed. Your awareness is the armor for the next man in line. Let's build the Council of Sovereign Men together. If you're still here, you weren't just watching. You were paying attention. That means you're done with noise and ready for clarity. If that's you, subscribe and stay connected to this space. Drop a comment with what stood out. I read them. Stay grounded. Stay aware. I'll see you in the next one.